Hi there, this is Matt, and I am about to play again God of War, the 2018 masterpiece. I've played it through once already and had another go at it again, and I want to start again and just enjoy it again. So I'm going to start a new game. Give me a challenge this time. Here we go. Just still the detail is just staggering. And the first strike. We'll find out the significance of the handprint on that tree later on. Because he's striking right into the hand, and that'll be, you'll see how important that is later on. On his forearms are where the blades of chaos were attached to him by Ares, and they never stop bleeding, so he can never forget the past in Greece of him destroying everything and everyone.
I found some.
He turns away from Atreus so that his son can't see them. Atreus doesn't know anything about the last God of War games. His daddy's going across Greece, destroying everything in sight. And just, you couldn't have a more perfect way to introduce Kratos than him picking up a monstrous tree. And it's an homage to
Still want me to tie it to the boat?
to Arnold Schwarzenegger in Commando. But it's even bigger than Arnie's tree. Just mind you, yeah, he's might be a bit more sensitive, but he's still a fucking god.
That is enough.
Now this coming up is the sort of opening credits, so just enjoy just looking at everything. Enjoy just taking the time to look at all the surfaces, look at the water.
Did something change? The forest feels different.
Everything is different, boy. Try not to dwell on it.
Yes, sir.
The tree is it's the first time I saw that, I just burst out smiling because it's just the perfect just silent way to show Kratos' effortless strength. And this is so unlike any of the other God of War games, because God of War is it's famous for its ludicrously massive scale monstrous openings. In the first game, it was the Hydra. The second game, the Colossus of Rhodes. And the third game, you're on the back of a Titan, climbing up Mount Olympus with an army of Titans. But this, it starts off with you cutting down a tree with your son.
That was the last.
Quiet and beautiful. So, completely different, but still just completely God of War in every way. Just notice that everything is in one unbroken single shot.
Oh, there do I see my mother. Oh, there do I see my father. Oh, there do they call to me.
And they make, in this scene, I saw the director speaking. No, it was an article about
Oh, there
it.
do they call to me.
About how it looks so safe and warm in this moment. The warmth of the candlelight.
Oh, there do they call to me.
And Atreus with his mother, who
There
is
do
the
they
source
call
of
to me.
warmth
Oh, there do
and
they call to me.
safety. And then the cold blue of Kratos coming in. Coldness of the father and the warmth of the mother.
She's ready.
And then Kratos comes into the warmth as well, because she was the same for him. She showed him what he could be.
Find your way home. You are free.
And extraordinary music as we've seen. Look at each other.
I'm sorry.
Squeeze.
Even though it's a bloody rag, that might be a bit unhygienic.
It was hers.
It's a rather sweet fatherly moment.
Now it is yours.
And that is a very blunt knife.
Je dois t'y hunt.
Maybe it's a magic knife.
She knew.
Show me.
Now?
Now.
And Kratos has one final moment with his wife.
What are we hunting?
You are hunting deer.
Which way?
In the direction of deer.
Okay, this way.
And so it begins proper.
Father? Why are we doing this now?
I need to know you can survive the journey.
Then we leave for the mountain?
Depends on you. Hunt. What did you find?
Tracks. Not deer, though. I'll keep looking.
We start off with two guys off hunting. Kratos knows there's a long journey ahead, and he needs to
Boy,
work out
You missed
what his
these.
son is capable of.
Huh. Close. But also not deer. See? Tips are too wide. Mountain goat?
your mother taught you well.
Yeah.
It's so plain that they're father and son. It's so clear, but you can really see the just the distance between them. They aren't completely connected, which is completely understandable if you think about what Kratos' childhood was like, because he was brought up in Sparta, where children were just brutalized from, I think it was the age of 8,
I'll see what's up ahead.
and there was no softness. But Kratos has had his extraordinary wife to temper his hardness with Atreus, and now Kratos needs to be that supportive and warm side as well, and he just doesn't know how to do it yet. Now this is our first chest, and enjoy how Kratos goes about opening it. Do you think he's going to pick that little lock? We'll see. No. I want to know what's inside that chest. Fist.
More tracks?
Yeah.
Little boat.
They're too round. Could be a wild boar.
Good.
Oh! Now what?
This way, boy.
Huh!
You'll get used to hear Kratos saying in his deep voice,
Wait.
"Boy."
They're fresh. This way.
Effortlessly into a little cutscene.
Found it!
Slow down, boy.
Sorry.
You are
Look
hunting
at the
deer,
puddles and
not
the
chasing it.
leaves.
Yes, Father.
Ludicrous. Shouldn't be allowed. Classic God of War trope of seeing somewhere you know you're going to be going in the near future. Oh
broke
dear,
our bridge.
our path is blocked.
How are we gonna get
I
across?
suppose we'll have to go back.
Step aside.
No.
Wow.
Go.
Oh. What happened here?
Thank you.
There it is!
Hold.
Uh-oh.
What are you doing? Now his guard is up. Only fire. Only fire. When I tell you to fire.
I'm sorry.
Do not be
For some
sorry.
reason the audio's gone.
Be better. Find it. Find it.
That's a little sulky face. Well, it's important that minute because Kratos gets angry and then takes a breath and cools down and then speaks firmly but fairly, and that's just we better pause so I can get the audio working. Let's try that again.
My bow!
No! You are not ready!
Go. I've probably played this game for about 70 or 80 hours. And just hitting shit with this axe is just, it's like the first time you do it every time. If you could feel the vibration of the controller and just appreciate the thud, how satisfying it is. Ah. Oops. And yeah, yeah, a little bit rusty, and you can't just swing like a maniac when you're in challenging mode. Let's try that again.
No, you are not ready. Stay back.
Let's see what happens when you don't have your axe. They get nice and frozen. Back it comes. Sorry, buddy. You get stuck in with the fists. You see the epic shield that can pop out of nowhere. They couldn't have had a more perfect way to give Kratos an awesome way to block. It smacks them back. And if you throw it to them when they're near a wall, you can stick them to the wall. Like so. Oh, there more? If you ever see a little red flash behind me when I'm facing away from an enemy, it means that an enemy... See those little white arrows? They're pointing towards an enemy that's behind me. And I'm dead again. Tell you what, in the name of expediency, I'm going to lower the difficulty back to normal so that we can breathe through, because this is more about just enjoying breezing through the combat and getting a fresh look at the story with a fresh pair of eyes. Difficulty, give me a balanced experience. That'll do nicely. Now, this time I promise I will cut through them like a scythe through wheat. And it gives you more chance to learn about what the combat is. I'll be able to explain more.
You are not ready.
So let's be a bit more clinical. So I'll throw it to freedom, and then I'll beat the shit out of him with the fist and the shield. Yeah, almost gone. Stick into a wall. No, right. There, stuck to a wall. Come on. When that arrow behind me turns red, that means I'm about to be attacked from behind. Throwing that axe, you could throw it for days and days, and I literally have, and it never gets boring or tired or stale. It's just a masterpiece of game engineering. Well, let's get stuck in. It's all just something I wish that I could just cut this out of my memory so I could play it completely fresh again and again. That would be... I'm sure they'll find a way to do that with games at some point. It will probably be unhealthy, but for now, just going through with fresh eyes is...
We've never come this close to our woods before.
We'll have to do. And those enemies were Draugr. They're just undead warriors. Didn't get to Valhalla.
Up there! You went in the old temple.
Should just throw my axe at it, really.
We do what we please, boy. No excuses.
wonder how normal people are supposed to open those doors.
Can I have my bow back now?
Can you hit it from here?
We should get closer. I went hunting with Mother a bunch of times. Never wanted to take me. Why now?
It was her wish. And it was time.
Okay. Look, Dragon!
Hello, boys. Let's get stuck in. Kill one. Right in the face, just before he hits me. The combat is magical. Flooding aggressiveness. Right, let's use some hands. Oh, I haven't been able to show you a takedown yet. I'll go that in a moment. Ugh. Thank you. Oh, another one. It's lucky the sound was working then, otherwise I would not have heard him coming.
You froze it in place. Clever.
Thank you.
So nice.
And the axe flying back into your hand, that's another thing that just is infinitely satisfying.
Where are you going? I think he's this way.
Interesting chest. Let's see what happens. Let's see how he opens this one.
What?
He can no longer use it.
Doesn't put the lid back. That's a tomb, by the way. Not very respectable.
Father, look.
Alright.
Wait for my mark. Relax. Do not think of it as an animal. It is simply a target. Clear your mind. Feet solid. Steadier.
I got it.
Good.
In Kratos' voice, that he's found a way to a level of softness that he can find with his son.
Your knife. No. Finish what you started.
I can't.
Such a tender moment, and at the same time extremely very respectful. Because it's what they have to do, and Kratos is teaching his son how to do it. Oh shit.
We're gonna fight that?
We have no choice.
How the game developers are cheeky bastards because in the E3 trailer, the first video they put out, this troll appeared by a bridge about 10 minutes ago, and so I was expecting him to appear then, but then at the end of that tender moment, which is where the camera just pans off into nothing in the trailer, the troll decides to appear there. And it's nice when at the start of the fight, Kratos says, "Are we going to fight that?" Because you forget. It's easy to forget. Because we've seen Kratos kill mountains and an entire pantheon of gods. So you forget that it's not normal to be able to kill things like this. And so that helps with you viewing Kratos in a new way. Because this is his son, seeing him do this for the first time. Because Kratos has never taken his son out hunting with him before, because he doesn't want the same as when he was hiding the scars on his arms that never stopped bleeding, because he doesn't want his son to know about his past. He doesn't want his son to see what he really is capable of. So this troll is called Dowdy Cowmander, and I don't know what that translates to, but I'm pretty sure that Dowdy means death, which is pretty cool. He's death, maybe Death Commander or something. That'd be cool. He's almost down. Finished? No, I won't. I'll use the axe just bollocks. No, I'll throw it at you. There we go. Time for the big finish.
Boy.
Think I'm afraid of you! You're nothing to me!
Boy, look at me. Look at me, boy. Boy, look at me.
We did it.
You are not ready.
What? Are you serious? I found the deer. I proved myself. How am I not ready?
We are going home.
I haven't been sick in a long time. I can do this.
You are not ready.